We about 20, come and take it from us. You not gonna take it from us. Gripped to death like guillotine, I know I'm not gonna fumble.
It's not that new Eminem is bad or anything. I mean, Eminem has always been a solid rapper, a good rapper, a great rapper. It's just, I don't necessarily agree with the purpose of new Eminem. It's more so prove to these kids I can still rap rather than just rap and just do what I do best. You know? When he dropped Revival, I genuinely believe that he dropped that album with, you know, just normal intentions. Just drop an album that, you know, had a purpose behind it, had a, you know, let me talk about the politics of the world, let me talk about, you know, life, let me get emotional. He dropped that album, people didn't like it, so Comethazine came out, and the bulk of the album was a let me prove y'all wrong sort of thing. I mean, there were a couple of songs that, you know, didn't have a revenge purpose behind it, but a bulk of Comethazine was, hey, y'all think I can't rap? Well, I can rap. Oh, I'm boom bap, I'm back, I put a hatchet in your back, and oh, I'm spitting mad facts and all this other stuff. And it's like, yeah, we didn't really need one of the greatest rappers of all time to reassure his greatness. Like, he doesn't need, like, at this point, I mean, we seen what he did to MGK, like, a little after Comethazine. So, I mean, if you needed reassurance that Eminem is one of the most hardcore rappers of all time, like, they go back and check out that whole beef. But then, you know, I mean, it's just like Eminem, if you look at the man's resume, like, does he really need to prove to anyone how great he is, how great he, you know, can be? You know, it's just disappointing to see somebody of his stature have to, you know, throw down a platter and have so many heads sitting there when he doesn't really need to do anything like that anymore. You know, to me, he's an established GOAT. If you need to know how to eviscerate, destroy, and just mangle and just absolutely just destroy your entire career, look no further than Vic Mensa. I mean, this guy literally is, he's such a great rapper. He's good. He's actually good. He can rap. He can spit. He can flow. He has it. And most would say he has the look. But when this guy is outside of the booth and he's on social media, or he's just, you know, talking in general, that's the problem. He's the closest it gets to like a you know, a male Azalea Banks. Like, this guy is just such a big problem. Like, he has such a big ego. Like, he truly believes that, you know, he should be on the top of the food chain, and, you know, since he's good at rapping right now, like, it should just happen. Like, dude, it takes more than just being a good rapper to officially be a successful rapper. You have to have the people agree with you. You have to have people listen to you. You have to have people resonate with your core and your so to say, your gimmick. What is Vic Mensa's gimmick? He's the misunderstood, you know, rapper. He's the guy who should be on top but isn't. What really upsets me is the fact that this guy throws so much shade to other rappers, even as going as far to, you know, with his recent, you know, debacle with XXXTentacion and dissing the man while he was dead. You know, like, it's a cry out for attention that really needs to be answered by somebody that could put Vic in his place, because honestly, it's disgusting. The guy had it all, and really he took it from himself. Really, that's a big shame, because if you listen to Vic, he had so much to offer. When we all first discovered Doja Cat, she seemed like such a fun, you know, goofy girl. Like, it just seemed like we were all gonna love her, and we were all going to have our next, you know, our next little star. We have our next star, but, you know, all the goofy stuff and all the, you know, little childish antics went out the window. She started to display what her real talents were. You know, she started to showcase who she really was. And to be fair, I liked what I saw until I didn't. See, Doja became another, I'm about to shake my ass, I'm about to drop on that dick type of rapper. You know, she to be fair, she does have less of that music than she does the latter, the Nickis and the Cardis and the Megans. But she is starting to rely more on her body to sell than she would her voice. And that's a shame because she does have immense talent. I do think that she is the most, you know, of all the mainstream women, I do think she is the most talented. But she just isn't, you know, it's just, I don't want to be attracted to your body when I'm listening to your music. I want to be attracted to your voice. And, you know, Doja does a good job of keeping me interested in listening, but I stop whenever we get on this shake my ass, do my thing type of shit. On top of all that, she really upset me with the backpedaling with her apology when she was talking about the having the number one hit and wanting one. She said she didn't care about having a number one hit, yet she said that she would show her boobs really hard if she got one. So she either lied or she's lying either in the apology, or she was lying when she initially asked for the number one and she got her number one and she lied to everyone anyways by not showing her boobs. So either way, she just, I don't know, she looked like someone who couldn't handle pressure, couldn't handle heat. And in the music industry, you need to be able to have thick skin. You need to be able to take criticism because it is coming. And Doja Cat, for one, should know that being a woman in the rap industry definitely comes with discrimination, as it is. So to backpedal like she did definitely disappointed me, and I stopped listening to her music. So I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't want to listen to liars. Hopefully she changes though, because she does have talent, like I said. To be fair, I do think that the criticism on Lil Xan's opinion of Tupac, you know, it was a bit harsh for us all to just sit up and call him trash and call him, you know, just take away his popularity and take away his successes, or the successes that was pretty much going to be given to him after, you know, he dropped Betrayed. I think it was a bit harsh. I think it was a little unfair. But Xan pretty much shot himself in the foot by, you know, releasing the music after the fact. Xanarchy is a pretty bad album, and to be very honest, this would pretty much cancel out the hate he gets towards the hate he was going to get for that album. It kind of meet in the middle. So you know, I mean, I was rooting for Xan to drop that album and, you know, just say fuck you to all the haters, and he would have probably sold a bunch on the album and everything, and, you know, oh yeah, you know, Xan is, listen, I like this kid. I hope he doesn't die this year. I hope he doesn't die next year by doing something stupid, overdosing, you know. I hope the kid stays alive, because I do still see good things for him. I just, you know, the music he's been dropping as of late has been putrid, to say the least. So yeah, the criticism on his stuff now is, you know, very well, you know, granted, but the criticism on him before this album dropped was kind of unfair. All of the rappers you see from here on have disappointed me greatly. The ones before were, you know, light reasons, but from Comethazine and up, all of these rappers have absolutely just, you know, have me face palming. Now, Comethazine, I'm sorry to say this for any Comethazine fans out there, because there are some still around, you know, about 5 or 6 of you guys, but Comethazine is somebody who has a relatable energy. But I'm about to say something that I've been accusing Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B of. I do not like his repetitive subject matter. Comethazine is pretty much the insane serial killer who doesn't look like an insane serial killer. Like, look at Comethazine for 2 seconds. If I seen this guy walking down the hallway in school and he says some shit like, "Turn around, bitch, I want to fight," not only am I turning around, putting my book bag on the floor with the quickness, and then just spearing this motherfucker like Edge did everybody in the Royal Rumble this year. I mean, I'm doing it with no hesitation because this guy is not tough. He literally is not, he literally doesn't even do his gimmick right. That and it's the same thing every single album. It's the same thing all the time. I'ma kill these niggas for they talking shit. I'ma nut on that bitch. I'ma finger her clit. Like it's the same stuff over and over. For those of you that watch my debut Twitch stream, I reviewed Red Veal, Benny the Butcher, and Comethazine. Comethazine was the only one that I just could not do. I was 2 songs in and I stopped. Like I knew what the energy was gonna be for the rest of the album. Granted, I listened to the rest of the album after the fact, and I definitely was still disappointed. Comethazine is just a guy who, again, is I got a gun on my back. Yeah, I'm strapped. Yeah, I nut on her face. Yeah, yeah, nut on her back. Yeah, shit like that. You know, like it's old, man. You got to change it up. You have to change it up. Kanye West is someone widely recognized as a musical genius. I mean, this guy is going to go down as one of the greatest musicians, producers of all time, no matter how you perceive him at the moment. And really, that's what I want to talk about, how everyone perceives Kanye West. Me in particular, Kanye is somebody who I've looked at as of late as a ticking time bomb. Like, 1 second he's alright, he's chill. The next second he's poop-diddy-scoop. And then he's running for president, and then he's talking about how he almost aborted his child, and how Harriet Tubman didn't actually free the slaves. She just, I can't even like get into everything that this man was about. Like, Kanye is just, he's hard to be into. Like, it's like you want to support the man, and then he says something that makes you not want to support him. Like, I can't sit here and say I'm going to show undying loyalty to somebody who's literally going to tell me, a black man, that slavery was a choice. Kanye West, as of late, has not just been upsetting outside of music, but he hasn't been dropping great music as of late. He hasn't been an absolute, that genius we knew before. To drop College Dropout, to drop Late Registration. He's not that Kanye anymore. He's not that guy. So, I mean, in the booth, he's upsetting, he's disappointing. Outside of it, he's upsetting, he's disappointing. Just all around, Kanye West has just been somebody who I tried to steer clear from in the media. I definitely don't want to hear more of what he had to say anymore. Because next, he's just going to tell us that he's running to be the prime minister in Canada. And after that point, I'm just going to throw my hands up and say, well, who else but Kanye? I had high hopes for 6ix9ine. I really did. I used to really think that this guy was next up. I used to think that this guy was probably going to be one of the next superstars in the game. And to be fair, you could actually say that he was one. I was a fan of Gummo 6ix9ine. I was a fan of this kid who was just screaming, and my brother was calling him the new DMX and everything, and this guy was, just listen to how he sounds. And then I actually wanted 6ix9ine to be big. I wanted 6ix9ine to bring this new style, and make it, this emo, or this, I don't know what style you call 6ix9ine, honestly, trap, I guess, and make it bigger, make it better. And then he let his clout get to him. He started trolling everybody. He started to, get into meaningless beefs, Chief Keef and Dirk and Trippie Redd for a while. And it was like, dude, you literally don't need it. Like, people were getting behind your music. He used this clout and this trolling to keep himself relevant, and then that's when people started to really gravitate towards 6ix9ine because he was a troll. People like a troll. I, on the other hand, do not like a troll. I was highly disappointed, to say the least. And this guy is really the Draymond Green of rap. A guy who talks shit and has to use dirty antics to stay ahead. Even though the people around him make him the star that he is. He has the skills to succeed, yet he still chooses to be dirty. So, you see 6ix9ine now, his career is kind of dead. And really, he did it to himself. No one was really going to stay entertained by this clown anymore. And, it was funny when it first started, and now it's just pitiful now. Now it's just a cry for attention. And honestly, to be fair, he lasted a little longer than Lil Pump did. So, that's something, I guess, right? Yeah, that means nothing. This is not the reason that you think. The reason that you're thinking of is not the reason. It contributes, but is not the reason. I do not have Chance on this list because of the big day. I don't. It contributes, but no. If the big day sounded anything like acid rap, I'd have had no issues with it. By no means is Chance a bad rapper. Chance is just a good rapper who is nowhere near as great as his old self. He went from potentially great to just meh, okay, good, average. And really, that's, Chance, he, I guess, progressed into this. Really, I see it as him digressing, as him decelerating, him falling. And honestly, maybe I'm selfish on this one, but I miss the old Chance. I miss acid rap Chance. The coloring book was meh, and it really made me start to realize that Chance was starting to change. And I couldn't be selfish. I had to listen to his music. I did. And then the big day came out, and that's when I knew that acid rap Chance was pretty much just in the past, and I had to just forget it and just go back and just appreciate what it was. So, Chance, I just miss his old style. And then for a guy that says he doesn't want any labels to sign him, he really should change that song from what it is to don't need a label to sign me a lifetime deal with a Nike. So, hey, this is the new Chance, so I gotta get used to it at this point. Playboi Carti, Mr. Jordan Carter, the family splitter himself. Where do I even start with Playboi Carti, man? This guy went from one of the guys I can actually tolerate in a rap game to one of my least favorite rappers ever. I genuinely believe that Baby Voice Carti is one of the worst rappers I've ever heard. One of the worst sounds I've ever heard in music. I mean, it's terrible. It's inaudible. It's not good. Even if someone could go on a whim and say, "Oh, you just got to open your ears and try to learn how to understand it," I mean, that would only come from a Carti fan, because you guys understand Cartinese. We don't. We people who speak fluent English, we don't get it. Why am I disappointed in Carti? Cause we went from Woke Up Like This and Magnolia to At Me and whatever the hell that was on Pain 1993. I mean, just absolutely disgusting. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how far the disappointment goes with Carti. And then he's got an album that he's delaying to fuck. Like, it's been, 4 years? Like, since he's dropped Die Lit? I don't know, man. At this point, if he's gonna bring that Baby Carti sound, I hope he never drops the fucking album. I hope you guys don't get what you want. Because, honestly, it's just absolutely horrid. Like, that sound just is terrible. What also disappoints me is the fact that Playboi Carti is somebody who literally had the game in his hands. And with all this time he's wasting, I mean, he had a baby, he's been arrested, all that other stuff, his little beef and, get back together thing with Lil Uzi Vert, it's just cute and everything, but dude, like, you're gonna have to do something to shut your fucking rabid fan base up, because they can't wait for you to drop this album. And honestly, I can't either, because, I can wait. I'm curious to know if he's gonna adopt this baby voice for the rest of his career, because if he is, I know who I'm not listening to for the rest of my life. That guy. Megan Thee Stallion has been the concrete most disappointing rapper that I've listened to and followed up on this year, last year. She's just different, man. She is. She's really a case that is really starting to get on my nerves. I mean, let's talk about the fact that Megan came into the game with a style that she promised would have been different. And here she is twerking and talking about riding dicks and sucking dicks and all this other stuff. And sure, every feminist and their mother is going to come on in this comment section and say, yeah, but she talks about other stuff. But the things that have been documented have been these sexual things, sure. And that's not different. Let's also talk about the fact that Megan Thee Stallion is known for really three things outside of her music: twerking, drinking, and really this whole thing with her, just her hate with men in general. I wouldn't say she hates men, but really, I mean, she's gone on record to say that men are to blame for women being crazy. I mean, if you could say that, then could you really hate a man for saying women are to blame for men being womanizers? It's like, it's apples and oranges in a sense, right? But Megan has really just been this leader for feminism. And I mean, I'm all for feminism, but not toxic feminism. You know, it's a shame that we have to have this conversation about how Megan Thee Stallion is pretty much just allowing women to act like her. And, you know, I mean, I say allow, but what could she really do to stop them? You know, she's a big influence to the world. And I don't take no pride in saying that. She shouldn't be a big influence to the world. She shouldn't be. I wouldn't want my daughter acting 1% like Megan Thee Stallion. I want her to have Megan's money, but I don't want her to do the things that Megan did to get that money. So honestly, I mean, with Megan, she's just she's not a good role model. She's the same. She's pretty much Nicki Minaj Mach 2. It's just, you know, and then on top of it all, she's literally being called the best rapper in the game right now. The best rapper this year by a lot of media outlets. Just, you know, I hope something changes. I hope there's a woman that comes into the game that does the exact opposite of Megan, because I mean, this is just, it's tiresome. It is. And I mean, I could hope for Megan to change, but I'm a man saying that. She's not gonna listen to me. So we're fucked.
Coming in, yeah, flex. I just wanna win, yeah.